Hello friends, I am back again with another video. Today we're diving into some super cool AI concepts, nodes, graphs, edges, and something called a relation allotment score, or what we might think of as a relevance or attention score. Don't worry if these sound complicated. I'm going to break them down in super simple terms with examples, and by the end you'll see how they all connect to make AI systems work like magic. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's get started. First up, nodes. Imagine nodes as the building blocks of a system, like individual dots on a map. Each node represents something specific, like a person, an item, or even a concept. For example, picture a social network like Instagram. You, your best friend Sarah, and your cousin Jake are all nodes because each of you is a unique entity with info, like your username or favorite hobbies. In AI, nodes could be neurons in a neural network processing data, like the color of a pixel in a photo, or they could be users in a recommendation system, holding details about what movies you love. Next, let's talk about graphs. A graph is like the big picture, a map that shows how all these nodes are connected. It's made up of nodes and the relationships between them, which we'll call edges in a moment. Think of a graph as the entire web of friendships on Instagram. It shows who's friends with whom, like a giant network of connections. Or imagine a city map where intersections are nodes and the roads between them are the connections. In AI, graphs are used in things like graph neural networks to analyze relationships, like figuring out what movie to recommend based on who watched what. Now on to edges. Edges are the lines that connect nodes in a graph. They are the relationships or interactions. For example, in that Instagram network, an edge is the friendship between you and Sarah. If you both follow each other, it's a two-way edge. If you follow a celebrity but they don't follow you back, that's a one-way edge. Edges can also have weights to show how strong the connection is. Like, if you and Sarah message every day, that edge might have a high weight, say 8 out of 10. In AI, edges could represent a user rating a movie, with the weight being the rating, like 4 stars for a sci-fi flick. Finally, let's tackle the relation allotment score, or what's often called a relevance or attention score in AI. This is a number that tells us how important a connection between nodes is. Think of it as a way to measure how much one thing influences another. For instance, in our Instagram example, if you and Sarah love the same books, your connection might have a high relevance score, like 0.9 out of 1, because you're super similar. In AI, this shows up in models like transformers, which power things like ChatGPT. When processing a sentence like the dog, which is Fluffy, runs fast, the word dog gets a high attention score when the model looks at Fluffy, because they're closely related. In a graph neural network, a relevance score might show how much two users' movie tastes align, helping the AI decide what to recommend. So how do all these pieces fit together? Nodes are the individual entities, like people or books. Edges are the connections between them, like who's friends or who read what. Graphs put it all together, showing the whole network of relationships. And relation allotment scores, or relevance scores, help the AI figure out which connections matter most. For example, in a book recommendation system, you and your friends are nodes, the books you read are nodes too, and edges show who read or recommended what. The graph maps out this whole network, and relevance scores highlight which friends' tastes are closest to yours, so the AI can suggest books you'll probably love. And there you have it, friends. Nodes, graphs, edges, and relevance scores are the backbone of how AI models understand relationships and make smart decisions. Whether it's recommending your next favorite book or understanding a sentence, these concepts work together to power the AI magic we see every day.